we are projecting regional growth to be slower this year than last year. It was 5.2% last year. This year, we're projecting regional growth of 4.5%. I think it is a region that is still outperforming the rest of the world, but it is underachieving relative to its own potential. And we see this as being shaped by some positive developments of the kind that you referred to, the fact that US growth has proved resilient, but also some concern-worthy developments. Trade is recovering globally, but at the same time, we see a spate of protectionist policies, trade policies, industrial policies. We see an easing of financial conditions as the beast of inflation seems to be tamed. But at the same time, we see still high interest rates and a region where debt is significantly higher than it was before the pandemic. And we also see a significant increase in policy uncertainty globally, in China, regionally. And that uncertainty inhibits investment. People choose to wait and see. Under this sort of macro picture is also in our new report an interesting micro diagnostic, which looks at what has been driving growth. And it's not productivity, it's investment. And now the problem is both investment and productivity are slowing down. And why that's happening is what we look at in this report in great length to try and understand what's happening inside firms, which are the foundations of growth.
Can I just ask you, because, obviously the China influence is incredibly significant, and any kind of, economic slowdown there will impact the rest of, Asia at large, and partly, in terms of the Indo-Pacific countries and ASEAN specifically. But what about on the flip side, I hate to say it like this, but the rise of Japan, because we have seen a number of their firms getting incredibly aggressive when it comes to FDI, buying up commodities houses, buying up commodity assets, buying up firms. They're even getting busy in the United States as well. But do you foresee that there's enough there to offset the weakness you see from China?
So first of all, I think you're absolutely right that we see important shifts in both the sources and destinations of investment. A lot of, for example, the relocation of production away from China is not just shifts in Chinese investment, which are driving whether production in Vietnam or Mexico, but you're absolutely right that other countries like Japan are also shifting and investing a lot in the region. It's too early to tell whether these are offsetting. China has become profoundly important for the region as a source of inputs, as a destination of where value-added produce in the region is ultimately consumed, and as well as a source of investment. So I think we focus more on developing East Asia, and as I said, on what's happening within firms in developing East Asia. And here the problem we identify is that while the less well-performing firms in the region are beginning to catch up with the more frontier firms within countries, the frontier firms are seeing a much slower growth in productivity, are not taking full advantage of the new technologies, and therefore falling further behind the global frontier. And that's what we talk about, a kind of regional leaders becoming global laggards. And that's what creates a significant concern for us.